hope you're doing well. I promise you that I do wear other clothes other than loungewear, but I am filming this at like 11 o'clock in the night, and let's face it, like, who is wearing jeans and nice clothes at this time of night? So for today's video, I thought I would do something that I haven't done on my channel yet, and I don't know how this is gonna go because I'm a mood reader. I mean, you probably would know what this is from the title, but I've decided to do a sort of like TBR for me. And when I say TBR, I say that lightly. This is just sort of a rough idea of the books that I want to read. There is quite a few books here, but I don't expect to get around to all of them. But if there are books that I'm gonna read, I've got a little helper. Look how awkward he's being. I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I don't get... Can you not lick my TBR trolley, please? Thank you. I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I don't read them, but they are... There we are. They are ones that I am excited for. I'll start with the two books that I'm definitely going to be reading. These are both books that I'm going to be reviewing for publishers. Oh. Can you hear him? He loves to complain. That I'm going to be reviewing for publishers in May. So the first one is the Boyband murder mystery, and I'm super excited to read this. It came in like a really cool PR package. It came with the book, and then obviously it came with the press release sheet, and then a letter from the author sort of explaining her reasons behind writing this book and what inspired her. And it's super interesting because she talks about bands like Westlife, McFly, and just being like a super fan and like seeing Gareth Gates, and it just brought back so many memories of me being a fangirl when I was a teenager. And the best thing about this PR package, look how cool is that. Like, give me any sort of stationery, any like extra freebies. Oh, best thing ever. I honestly think this is the coolest PR package I've ever received. So it comes with like a little VIP pass lanyard that you'd get like in concerts and things, and obviously then I really just realised that it does that. Obi's like, what is this? What's this? I'll have a sniff. But yeah, super happy with that. Shall I put it on? Why not? I haven't got the second book on me at the moment, but I will insert a clip now. Hey, Editor Nash here. The book that I was mentioning in the previous clip is Incredible Doom, Matthew Bogart and Jess Holden. This is a graphic novel. It's sort of based around like the start of the internet and finding unlikely friendships, and is quite like, it discusses quite a lot of important topics. I really enjoyed it overall, and I have already read this. Sorry if you can hear the TV in the background, bit chaotic. But yeah, that was the second book that I was sent, and I was very kindly sent this by Harper 360. Back to the rest of the video. The third book that I really want to get around to this month, and to be honest, this is probably the book that I'm most excited to read. It is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm really looking forward to getting around to finishing this. To be honest, when I was reading the books last month, this was all that was in my head, and I really just wanted to finish it, and then I couldn't. And then do you know when you just leave a book for too long, and then I was trying to finish The Shining and I couldn't, and then I didn't pick this up. I knew as soon as I started reading this book I wouldn't want to put it down. And yeah, really excited to delve back into the world of Prithian and Feyre and her story, and to see what happens, because I know that this is like the trilogy, and then the next book, then Court of Frost and Starlight, starts to go into different characters. So I'll be sad to not hear as much about these characters, but also excited to read the rest of the series. I've not included the next two books just in case I don't end up finishing this month, but I really hope that I do get around to it. The next book is the next two books actually are Stephen King books, and this one is Later by Stephen King, and this is his latest release, and it's one of the hard case crime books. I've not read Joyland or The Colorado Kid yet. I've heard that it's really good. It's sort of about like It reminds me of Rivers of London by Ben Oranovich. There's a character in here that can see the dead, possibly talk to the dead, and I think that helps with like the investigation, because obviously it's a crime book. And yeah, it's quite short, so I should be able to get around to reading it. I think it's a pretty easy read as well. And the next one, talking about Stephen King, if you've seen my April wrap up, you're probably going to know what book this is. It is The Shining, and this is like the bane of my life at the moment, because it's just put me into a bit of a reading slump. I want to finish it, I was enjoying it, but you know when you're just not feeling a book, and then because I'm not feeling it, it's sort of affecting how much I'm enjoying it. So I've just got a bit of a mental block when it comes to this book at the moment, but I know that I would enjoy it, and it's creepy and it's good and the writing's good, apart from Stephen King going on a bit, but you know, standard Stephen King. I really do want to finish it this month, but to be honest, I think I'm going to put it on the back burner and start another couple of books first, just because I can see myself not reading anything this month if I start reading this. You know what I guess, like sometimes. I'm not saying this is a bad book, I'm not bashing it, so please don't come for me, but just haven't read it at the right time, and it's my own fault for forcing myself to read it when I'm a mood reader. The last 4 books, I'm gonna like choose some fairly easy ones this month. I wanted to go for like books that I'm like particularly excited to read, because when you get yourself into a bit of a reading slump, like you want to read the books that you sort of find enjoyment in, something that's going to be fairly easy to read, something that's going to be fun, that's going to like kickstart your love for reading again. First one is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I've heard really good things about Junji, and his manga and just horror manga in general is something that I've never dived into before, but if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that this is a book that I'm really excited to get around to reading. It's going to be my first Junji, my first manga reading experience, so I know it's a fairly chunky book, but obviously with like mangas, graphic novels and comics, you can get through them pretty quickly, so I feel like I could probably get through this in a day, or if not like a couple of days. The next 3 I'm going to combine all together because they're part of the same manga series, and they are the Death Note volumes. So I've got the first 3 volumes, but this is like the first 6 volumes, if that makes sense, if you've got them all individually. I've never read Death Note before. I have seen the anime series, and I really feel like Kobe's fed up at me. I'm sorry. Am I disrupting your sleep? That's all of the books that are on my loose May TBR. Let me know what books you're excited to read. Are there any on this list that you've read? If you have, let me know your thoughts on them. Do you think I'm going to enjoy them? But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do want to leave a like, I'd be super grateful. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy my videos. I know there's like a notification bell you can turn on to know when I upload. I'm trying to upload sort of like roughly maybe Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. They seem to be like the days that work well for me. And sometimes I might sort of post more or less in a week, I'm not too sure. I'm still trying to get into like the gist of booktube and that sort of thing, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't believe I've been doing this for like over a month already. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you so much for the support as always, and catch you in the next video. Hope you have a really good reading week, guys. Bye. Not sure if you guys enjoyed our content, but if you do, here is my Obish Globy. It's just loving life, just chilling out.